his dream to Jehovah before Eli, but word from Jehovah had become rare in those days. Visions were not widespread. One day Eli was lying down in his usual place, and his eyes had grown dim. He was not able to see the lamp of God, had not yet been extinguished. And Samuel was lying in the temple of Jehovah, where the ark of God was. Jehovah then called Samuel. He answered, "Here I am." He ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But he said, "I did not call. Lie down again." So he went and lay down. Jehovah called once again, "Samuel." At this Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But he said, "I did not call. My son, lie down again." Now Samuel had not yet come to know Jehovah, and the word of Jehovah had not yet been revealed to him. So Jehovah called again, a third time, "Samuel." At that he got up and went to Eli and said, Here I am, for you called me." Eli then realized that it was Jehovah who was calling the boy. So Eli said to Samuel, "Go lie down, and if he calls you again, you should say, 'Speak, Jehovah, for your servant is listening.'" And Samuel went and lay down in his place. Jehovah came and stood there, and he called as at the other times, "Samuel, Samuel." At this, Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." Jehovah said to Samuel, "Look, I'm doing something in Israel that will make both ears of anyone who hears about it tingle. On that day I will carry out toward Eli all that I said about his house from start to finish. You must tell him that I am bringing a lasting judgment on his family, on his house, for the error that he has known about, for his sons are cursing God, but he has not rebuked them. That is why I have sworn to the house of Eli that the error of the house of Eli will never be atoned for by sacrifice or by offering." Samuel lay down until the morning. Then he opened the door of Jehovah's house. Samuel was afraid to tell Eli of the vision, but Eli called for Samuel. "Samuel, my son." At this he said, "Here I am." He asked, "What message did he speak to you? Please do not hide it from me. May God do so to you and add to it if you hide from me a single word all of all that he said to you." So Samuel told him everything, and he did not hide anything from him. Eli said, "It is Jehovah. Let him do what is good in his eyes."
Thank you so much, Brother Horton. It's very clear that you prepared well your reading, and you were working on the study number 10, modulation, where the summary of it is that conveying the ideas clearly and stir emotion by varying your volume, pitch, and pace. And we could see how when they were talking to each other, you put that emotion into it. For example, when you mention Eli and saying Samuel, and the way that you basically tried to help us understand that they were talking to each other, that was a good example of using modulation. And then varying volume, varying the pitch, and varying the pace. So you did a great job here. And as we continue progressing, the challenge always is how do we convey the ideas, stir emotion, but as the end of these lessons indicates, also not speaking too rapidly or changing things or making things a little bit over dramatic. So very good example of this, and we can all start trying to make sure that we apply in our ministry. Thank you, Brother Hartman. So now we move on